welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about humility and how to be humble, and my opinion about what humility is and being humble. First things first, 1,000 subscribers! I'm so humbled. Thank you so much for being a part of this channel with me. I'm just humbled, so thank you. That's it. That's all. Hopefully you continue to watch me and share my content with others that can also glow for a living and be lit from within beyond skin deep. So humility. I used to feel a type of way about humility. I used to think humility meant that you're weak, that humility meant that you're not, you're in hiding, you're a turtle, you don't really like yourself. But that is not the case. I'm sorry, it's not. And the reason why it's not the case is because humility is about a state of being in the gray area of the ego and of shame. So you want to be in the middle. So the ego wants us to be proud and arrogant on the extreme end. So let's say this is like arrogant, right? And then there's the opposite of that, which is shame. You're kind of hiding, whatever. Humility is meeting in the middle. Humility is being in the middle. Humility is when you are not too arrogant, you're not too proud, but humility is also you are not too ashamed or having your tail between your legs. Humility is about, I know who I am, and I'm not ashamed of who I am, but I'm not entitled or arrogant where because of who I am, I'm entitled to everything this world has to offer. I see being a humble person is when everything this world has to offer that is good is a gift. And you know about gifts. Gifts can be given. Actually, gifts are given. But gifts are given. And it's not something that you're entitled to because it wouldn't be a gift if you felt entitled to it. And I think humility just shows that everything in life you feel humbled to have. You feel like this is something that I did not have to get. There's a possibility where I would not have access to this. So being humble is about recognizing that you're not better than anyone else, but at the same time, no one else is better than you. It's that silver lining. I think when I bring up humility, a lot of women especially feel like, we shouldn't, be quiet. We shouldn't shrink as women. Like, we've been oppressed, to shrink and da-da-da-da. I'm not denying that, but I'm saying that a lot of the times being humble means you don't have to announce who you are if you've already entered the space as you are. You know what I mean? I think humility is something that we understand that there's more to learn. We understand that we don't know it all. We understand that I am not the end and the beginning of this world. You know what I mean? And if you get too far into the pride aspect of the spectrum, the humility is out of there because you'll start treating people like you are the alpha and the omega, like you're the beginning and the end. And that's not fair. You know what I mean? But at the same time, if you're walking around feeling ashamed and you hate yourself, that's not good either. You know what I mean? You are still meant to be on this earth if you are breathing. And humility is really about how do I exist in this space and move through life, making sure that my talents, my aura, the gifts that I have in this life, how do I make it better for someone else? How do I make it better for my family? How do I make it better for inspiring other people? And I think for some, it takes a while to know what your purpose is on this earth. But when you really acknowledge that humility is another virtue that's overlooked and you really grasp onto it, it can really change your life, like for real. I have been in situations where I knew exactly what was going on, and I was, talking to someone new, and I knew exactly what they were talking about. I knew exactly what was going on. I knew exactly the subjects they were talking about. But I just shut my mouth and just listened to them talk about it and listened to them gush about it. Because at the end of the day, when we interact with other people, people don't care if you know it all. People care if they are heard and they are felt in their approach to life and how they show up and how they explain their perspectives in life. If I would have approached that conversation with, oh, I already know that, you don't have to tell me more about it, or, oh, like, I don't really care, like, I know, or, yeah, like, I get it. Like, it's not really acknowledging another human being's perspective and lens to something that you may already know, but to another perspective that we might be blind to. You know what I mean? Being open to learn and being open to leave room for other great things, that's humility. And humility should be something that I think should be more pushed. I feel like we're in a space right now in this world that it's about being super arrogant. It's about being super, like, not needing one another, Like, it's so individualistic when that's not how we were created to be. I think as humans, we were created to connect with one another. And if we don't have humility, we wouldn't allow someone that is lower than us to add something to the table or add something to the conversation or add to your life, because without humbleness or humility, you would think that because someone is at a different place societally, that they have nothing of value to add. And that's not humility. It's not. And I truly think that if you want to reap the benefits of the true gifts of this life, tangible and non-tangible, you should really, really, really look into how to be humble. Because a lot of the people that have the most in this life, I'm talking about millionaires, billionaires, very famous people, in real life, they're actually very humble, because they understand that everything that was given to them can be taken away in an instant. It could be taken away because they're not entitled to have what they have, because they know that it could be taken away. You could be the prettiest woman or the richest man, but we know looks fade, okay? You could be ugly tomorrow due to an illness, or God forbid, be in a fire and your face is burned off. You're looking like the wax museum sculpture, but not in a pretty way, That's gone. You know what I mean? So it's important to know everything that we have can be taken away. That's nothing lasts forever. And the same for riches. Riches are a gift. And I think, you know how I feel about money. I enjoy it, but it is a tool and a resource, and it comes and it goes. That's the nature of money. But the people with the most money, yes, there's people that are actual like a-holes, but the ones that you would think would be so arrogant and throw it in your face, they're so quiet. They're shh with the money. They're quiet, they're humble, they're not trying to throw it in your face, because that's not the goal. That's not the goal. Humility means that you know who you are, and people know who you are, because it's in the energy that emits from you. You ain't got to speak. You ain't got to speak. Now, there's a song called Diced Pineapples. If you know what I'm talking about, you know this song. It's by Rick Ross. And Rick Ross said in this song, I will never forget, this is one of my favorite songs, especially in the summer or like by the pool or by the beach. Rick Ross said, "She's so fine, she don't even gotta talk." Like, Now, if you're fine, I'm not saying don't talk, but there's a different level of power when you are so beautiful, you're so stunning that you don't have to talk. You ain't got to say much. You just enter, be pretty, and don't speak unless spoken to. Versus coming in, speaking over everyone, doing the most, trying to compensate for something that you might be insecure about. Not saying pretty women are insecure. There's pretty women that are insecure. But I use that as an example to say that sometimes humility just means existing, just being. And when you're just being, because you are a human being, okay, Nicki Minaj voice, that's all you need, you know? Once you stop seeking the type of validation from the strangers that you think will add to you, you'll begin to realize that a lot of the things in this life that we chase are not really worth it. So please, babes, stay humble, embrace humility, find something in your life that, you know, you might feel like you're a bit arrogant about, and think of ways to be humble, you know? Be proud, okay? Don't shrink yourself. Humility doesn't mean you shrink. Humility just means that I am who I am, but I'm not entitled to step over other people because I am who I am. You know what I mean? So hopefully this was a good video for you to grasp a little nugget. I know it's kind of like a concept that's a bit hard to explain or articulate. I was thinking of myself, like, is this even gonna make sense? I mean, I don't think I'm gonna edit any like clips and stuff into it because I just want it to be like straight through, you know, so you get it. But the girls that get it, you know? Yeah, so hopefully this was a great video. Let me know about your feelings about humility. If you agree, disagree, put it in the comment section below. Thank you again so much for 1,000 subscribers. I'm really humbled and I'm so grateful because you didn't have to subscribe or watch this video or like it, and even just give your input whether you agree or disagree. So I'm very grateful and I can't wait to continue producing more content for you. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. It's at evieaswiti. I'll put it in the description box below, and follow me on TikTok. I'm a bit more playful on there. evieaswiti as well. So bye, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. See ya.